Well, hello everybody. This week I've already made a video and it was terrible because it was so boring. I've been dealing with a boring problem which was all related to the data being sent to Facebook, and it was a terrible video, and I made it and I tried my best and I edited it and I thought, this is awful. And then the doorbell rang and it was two boxes here, and it is, I'm saved. It is my new instruction manual, which is like a user guide. And this is kind of a big deal for me, although it might seem very boring again. But I was using the AI as my safety guru, and I thought, look, we've been doing everything safe, but let's go through and do an audit and check everything. Because I never went and got a lawyer to do this. I was using best practices and researching it, and there's things that I didn't realize, such as now we have an age warning, so recommended for children 12 years and over. That's not because it's not suitable for younger children, but what it means is if an 8-year-old puts the audio adventures in a tumble dryer and it catches fire, somebody might try and sue me because I didn't put on the instructions to their parents it's really for children over 12. And a lot of these sort of safety warnings have nothing to do with safety. They're not legally required, but they provide legal cover for people without common sense. And it is surprising how many things, you know, that you would just think are kind of normal. The device is not waterproof. Do not expose it to rain, moisture or liquids, right? So you would like to think that people wouldn't, but if you put it in your instruction manual, then things are much better. But this makes me feel a little bit more accomplished. This is one of those moments where whenever I do something that makes it more like a real product, I don't know how to describe that. When you launch, you normally aim for the minimal viable product. So what's going out wasn't perfect. And you might remember when the Kickstarter units went out, I didn't even have a box. It went out in a plain white box. It took quite a while before we had packaging. And then it just went with a slip of paper to explain how it operated and the instructions. And then we got those pieces of paper printed, but it was still, you know, pretty... Which one? This one. It was this one. You know, we used to put this plain black and white page in. Now we've got a color one, and it's the same thing. It's still got, you know, the same basic information, the same basic pages, but it just feels more accomplished. You know, this is more like a real product. We're moving away from the minimal viable product to something that's nicer, which is, every time I do that, it makes me feel happy.